Hello, fellow quest seekers, and happy Monday, everybody. My name is Jessica Braniff. I prefer to go by Jess, and I am your host for Quest Bites. I'm really excited to be here on the first Magical Monday with Jess with all of you. We're just going to give it a minute and see if a few more people are going to show up. I do have a couple of funny jokes for you guys while we wait. So let's see if you guys catch a couple of these. They're in relation to our theme, which today is going to be about germs and why it is important to wash your hands with soap. So let me just start by asking you, did you hear the joke about the germ? Well, I don't really want to tell you because then it might spread. That's the joke. What do you call a germ that just wants to have fun? They're a fun guy. Oh, if the food falls on the floor, what do you think that the germs say to the king germ? Go get the food! But what does the king germ say back? No, give it 5 seconds. That's the rule. Oh, well, I hope that you've all had a really great weekend and are very excited to be here. I'm very excited to be here with all of you on the first Magic Monday with Jess. My name is Jessica Braniff, if you weren't here a couple of minutes ago, and I'm your host for Quest Bites. This is the first episode of Magical Mondays with Jess, and I'd like to start by telling you a little bit about myself. I am the campaign and press coordinator here at Quest Integration. I've worked here for about 3 years now, and I love to learn new things and go on adventures. I have a wonderful husband named Robbie who I go on those adventures with, and we have an amazing kitty named Kenobi who's actually asleep right next to me, and another awesome pet that you'll get to learn more about later. But today, we're going to go on a quest to learn why it's important to wash your hands with soap. Let's start with a little bit of history about soap. Soap was actually invented back in 2800 BC by the ancient Babylonians, and it wasn't always used the way it is today. For about 4,000 years after its initial invention, it was used primarily for medicinal purposes for when people got sick. It wasn't until about the 1600s that people realized that using soap directed their overall cleanliness and health. So, what is soap exactly? Well, soap is a combination of oil, water, and salt. You're probably asking yourself, why can't I just wash my hands with water? I'm rubbing my hands together, the water should rinse it off, right? Well, that's not exactly true. You see, germs get on our hands because they stick to the oil on the surface of our skin. Water and oil, they just don't mix well together. So that's where soap comes in. Since soap is made primarily of both oil and water, it works well with both. Now, why should you use soap? What exactly does soap do when you use it? Well, soap helps break apart the germs that are on your skin. When you rub your hands together, that activates a lather, which is also the bubbles that you see when you wash your hands. Now those bubbles, along with the rubbing of your hands together, creates a traction that allows the soap to pick the germs up off of your skin and help break them down. Now when you go to rinse off your hands, the water carries away all of the germs in the soap. So today, we're going to go on a little experiment and see exactly why that is. You'll see in front of me I've got a couple of items. A bowl of water, a little monkey, which actually contains some pepper, and that's going to be our germs. And then I've got some soap here for you as well. So the first step in this really easy experiment is getting enough pepper to cover the surface of the water, which is again acting as your skin. So let's go on ahead and do that. As you can see, I'm putting an awful lot of pepper on here. And that's because, well, we want to make it look like you haven't washed your hands for a couple of days. Think of it this way, actually. You're on a play date, and your friend has a few other friends over. You're all playing with the same toys, giving each other high fives. You're not washing your hands at all during any of this time. So, when mom and dad come to pick you up, if they could see what it looked like on your hands, it would probably look a little like this. It would be pretty dirty. So let's just make sure we've got a lot of pepper on there, nice and good coat, because it's really fun to see what happens when the soap comes into contact with the germs. All right, so now that we've got a lot of pepper there, we're going to get our finger and take that and cover it in some soap. Just make sure it's nice and good, covered in the sticky soap. Once it is, you've got your soapy finger, you're going to take your bowl of germs, okay, and you are going to stick your finger in the germs. Now let's see what happens. All right, so the germs ran away from the soap. That's pretty stinking cool. Basically, germs have something called fear of soap. They don't want the soap to come near them because, like I said, it will break them down. It doesn't necessarily kill them, like we all learn as we're kids, but it does scare them away. And that's why it's important to wash your hands with soap. Now, I really hope you all had a lot of fun with me today on the first Quest Bites Magic Monday with Jess, and I hope you'll tune in tomorrow for the very first Turtley Tuesday with a very special guest, where you'll get to meet her and take a little tour of her home. We'll have something down in the comments that has a little resource for you guys with all the directions on what we did today and some fun soap facts. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about soap, please put them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to answer those for you. Until next time, keep moving forward on your quest for knowledge. It was great to see all of you, and I'm really excited to see you all tomorrow.